Knock knock, good morning everybody, or afternoon or evening, depending where you are on Mother Earth. Here we are again at From Star to Stone with me, Mervyn Kelly, and welcome to you all. Can everybody see me? So, we have a show all about stones and crystals. Lots of new ones that have come to live with me because they said they wanted to. So, who was I to argue? So, who's in? I think Jane's in. Morning, Jane. Sherry. Anyway, how are you all? Drop me a note and message. Let me know that you're here, and I'll say hello. So, what do we have for you today? Well, lots and lots of lovely, lovely things. Lots of lovely crystal and stone friends and beings that from pretty much all over the world, really. So, how is everybody? Is anybody there? Robbie McCarthy is. Hello. So, I think I'll just dive straight in, shall I? So, here's one. I think you'll like this one. I picked this one up in America. Hi, Sherry. Good morning. Hi, Nashi. The last time I was over. And here she is. I'm going to do this because I can. So here is my new friend, a Lemurian seed crystal. And actually, this one is a little bit different. Most of the Lemurian seeds you see in the stores are just on their own, but this one's got a companion. So it's just a little bit more special. And it's pretty amazing. And Lemurians are, if you're a light worker, you pretty much need to have one of these. You really, really do. Because they help us connect more completely with our spiritual selves. I mean, if you're going through a rough patch, you've been having. There's Jane. Morning, Jane. Jane's in Canada. She's one of my Druid friends. How's Jane? What was I saying? Yes, if you're going through a rough patch, if the healing sessions that you've been doing have been pretty difficult, if you're just going through difficulties of your own, these will just help you reconnect with that your own spiritual side, your own spiritual self. And but then again, if you haven't really delved into that, they will help you awaken that side of your being, the spiritual and the healing abilities. They can guide you towards whatever knowledge and training that you may need or be drawn to. They'll help you work it out. What else can they do? Lots of stuff. I mean, there's so much written about Lemurian seeds. They are very, very special. I won't go into the whole thing right now because they're basically a whole show on their own. But they, in a similar way to another stone that I'll be bringing up later, they can help you access and connect with ancient wisdom and knowledge. They are very powerful at bringing in knowledge for you to glean for your. They help you find what you need, whether it be ancient or even modern knowledge and wisdom. Something pinging. I don't know what that does, but anyway. No, I've forgotten where I have. Where was I? Oh yeah, ancient knowledge, angelic contact. They can help you connect with the angelics as well. If they're the beings that you're drawn to connect with or communicate with, then they will assist you with that too. Um, what else? Manifestation. They're very, very powerful when it comes to assisting you with manifestation, but the thing with manifestation is you've got to really figure out what it is that you want. And I think this is basically where the the key the key aspect of Lemurian seeds is with that side of things is that they will help you achieve the clarity of thought that you need for your manifestations to work or work effectively. Because if you're manifesting, you really don't want to be a bit wishy-washy about it, do we? No, we don't. That would be a bad thing. Because it may not just the best case in that regard is that it doesn't work at all. The worst case is something horrible manifests, and we really, really don't want that. World's in dire need of less bad stuff happening, isn't it? So, so yeah, so that's a brief rundown of Lemurian seeds. But as I said, this one has a companion attached to it, and a companion on any crystal, it's a smaller crystal growing on it on the larger one, and that there helps. Let me see if I can bring that up again, just so you can see it just on the top there. And a companion will assist you further with nurturing and support. So you've got the twin aspects of the Lemurian and the companion on that one. It's quite special. It's quite special. And that one came from America, a little store that I'd never been into before. Tracy took me, called the Rock Shop. They're only open 6 months a year. I've never been there before. All the years I've been going to America, I've never been there because I'm always there at the wrong time of year. So anyway, there we go. So that's that one. And I only got a couple of pieces from there because basically I spent all my money in Sherry's store because she has the most awesome stuff ever, which I'm going to introduce you to in a moment. So let's drop that one down. We don't need that one anymore. So no, I'll leave it there just in case. And there's two more that I got from there, and this is one of them. And we have a pink tourmaline. You can't see the colour very well in this. I'm sorry, but it's quite a delicate pink. And we all know about tourmaline. Do we all know about tourmaline? Well, tourmaline, you normally see the black tourmaline all over the place. That's really easy to get hold of, very protective, very grounding. But there are a few other colours, and there's blues, pinks, reds, quite a variety really. But I'm just going to concentrate on the three that I'm bringing up today. I went to South. Robin was just saying, I went to South Dakota thinking she needed a rose quartz, and a smoky quartz found her instead. Well, yes, they do. Yes, they do. They all find It's one of the things about stones, crystals. Um, yeah, we may think we know what we're doing, but they know better. And the one that we need will always make itself known one way or another. Even if it's walking down the beach, you may just trip over one. It happens. But yeah, we we have to just be open to letting them introduce themselves to us. Anyway, so pink tourmaline. So this is very, with a colour, you can often go, if you need to know what your basic attributes of any stone or crystal are, you can always judge by the colour to a certain extent. So your pinks, your reds, they've got to be emotional healing, emotional help. If you're working with the chakras, always go with the match the crystal to the chakra color, unless you're going off topic, in which case you can do pretty much whatever you're called to do. So don't be afraid just to mix it up. But anyway, so the pink tourmaline is all about emotional healing. It's all about love. It can help disperse any destructive feelings, replacing those with a more balanced emotional thought. Yeah. Okay, so any destructive feelings that you may be experiencing, it will draw them out through the heart chakra, and then you can then cleanse. It will then help cleanse the heart chakra at the same time. So it's quite special that way. All stones, I'd say that about all of them. They're all stones, crystals. They're all special, every single one of them. So cleansing, and again connects with love, or connects with spirituality. Again, wisdom, but then again, add into that compassion. Wisdom and compassion, they should really go hand in hand. And so yeah, it's nice, really nice one. Very gentle, very supportive. Then we have, where is it? Let me get rid of that one. Because I've got a companion with this one, sort of a companion. Oh, what have I done? Yeah, get rid of that. And bring in this one. This one's red tourmaline. Where's it gone? What have I done? Oh, there it is. Red tourmaline. So again, it can do pretty much the same thing, but because of the deeper color, it is a little bit different. This one, when we're talking about healing, this one is more connected with the sacral. I know red and the root, but this particular one works with the sacral, energizing, healing, and it can, if you meditate with this one and with the sacral, it can draw in creative energies on all the levels, all creative levels. It can draw those energies in for you to access them and create things. Be creative in any way that you want. And physically, It can draw in, all that vital energy into the physical cells. So especially if you're feeling a little bit depleted energy wise, this one's a good one to work with because it will draw that energy in for you. Hang on. Have not seen a raw colour of this beauty in quite some time. I'll tell you why, Sherry, because I took it from your store. I did give you money for it, but yes, this one came from your store. So you won't have seen it because it came home with me. I'll just show you that one. Yeah. Oh, you mentioned companion to the last one. How does that work? I think I need one the size of my car for the last one. Yeah, you don't really. I call it a companion because the connection of with the two, especially with the color and with the type of stone, because they're both tourmalines, but the pink works mostly with the emotional, and the red is more bringing in vital energy, and up in really energy to revitalize yourself. So that's why I call it a companion, because when you're working emotionally, that can be quite draining physically. So bring that one in afterwards to just bring your own energy levels up. And when you work in a healing, let me where how do I there we go. When you work in with healing, the red tourmaline, it's also called rubellite. So you could either find it in either of those names. Will help with I keep getting distracted. The rubellite or red tourmaline will help and when you're doing healing sessions, it will help you, especially with difficult ones, keep going within that session. It's bringing in that energy. The size of your car, actually, no, you really won't, Jane. Honestly, you can just, in my experience, doesn't really matter the size of the crystal. The crystal, yeah, this is that term size doesn't matter. Well, only in crystals and stones does it not really matter. Except, I just love the big, impressive ones because they're just awesome. But if you've got a small piece or a large piece, it doesn't matter. It's going to give you the same effect. So there you go. Now, and Jane's just said that makes sense. Excellent. Because most of the time I do worry that I'm not making any sense. It all makes sense to me, but then I'm the one that is, rattling on here. So that's the pink and the red tourmaline. Let's drop that one down. I may have to speed stuff up here because I might not have enough time to get through them all. But anyway, I'll try. Which one shall I pick next? What do you think? I'm going to go with this one. This one is the very first, or is it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, she is. The first proper quartz phantom that ever came to live with me. There she is. Isn't she glorious? So, a phantom, if you can see the shape of the crystal, on the screen there, and within the crystal, right inside, there is the image of another one, and that's your phantom. That's the phantom. I was at a store once, a long while ago now, and I was looking at this piece of smoky quartz. It was a really nice piece of rutilated smoky quartz, and I said, "How much is that?" And they said, "That is a ridiculously hot." They told me how much it was, and it was an absolutely ridiculous amount of money for a piece of rutilated smoky quartz. And they said all these things inside there phantoms. I says, "No, they're not. That's rutile. That's rutile. You don't know what you're talking about." And I never went back. So, yeah. Anyway, that's just an odd kind of little side story there that really wasn't part of it. Anyway, where am I? So, your phantom. Now, crystals grow over millennia. Some of them are billions of years old. Millions and billion, these things are old. And over the eons, the phantoms are said to absorb so many lessons and so much knowledge over all that time. And those are the ones where if you really need spiritual guidance, a phantom will guide you. Not only are they just spectacular to look at, they are wise. They can also assist you with access to the Akashic record. Now, if anybody doesn't know about the Akashic record, in its simplest terms, it's the combined knowledge of the entire universe. There you go. Of all things, from all times. Yes, they are, Neshi. They are ancient. Immensely so. More so than we can probably get our head around, really. Anyway, so what was I saying? Yeah, Akashic record. And so spiritual guidance help you access the Akashic record. They can help stimulate latent healing abilities. So if you're kind of drawn to healing methods of one form or another, but you just know you're drawn, then these can help stimulate those innate abilities within you, and with that you might be able to discover for yourself the path that would suit you best with a healing modality, which can be a bit difficult word to say. Phantoms are they're just amazing. So there's that one, and let me bring up this one too. And that one is an amethyst phantom. So those two came together. I was just going to bring that one up fully on its own. Yeah. Both of those, they're both Sherry's fault. because they were both in the magical cabinet at the back of her store, and yeah, I heard them calling out as soon as I walked in the door, and I thought, right, yep, they're coming home with me. And you know what? I was right. They did come home with me. So, in the same or similar way as the clear quartz phantom, the smoky has all that information within it as well, but it can, just tweaks the knowledge a little bit, and it can help you understand where you are, where your spiritual growth is, from all the lessons you've had within this lifetime. There is another, it can also help you assess, how do I say it? What you decided before you got here on this particular lifetime, can help you work back and look at your own, the knowledge and lessons that you gained before you came here, this incarnation, shall we say. So, and then you can understand where you are, should you want to. You don't have to. It's one of those things. We never have to go look if we don't want to. We can just wing it, sort of, so to speak. So let's drop this one down too. So that's my amethyst phantom. The picture doesn't really show the phantom in this one quite so well because it's slightly denser. The color density just masks it, but in natural light, it's just amazing. So where are we time-wise? Oh, halfway through. I better hurry up then. So, and let's bring in Miss Fluorite. I wonder if... Sherry, this one's for you. I'm going to post the name of a store as well in a bit when I get off. I've got some other bits and pieces to post, so we'll get on with those. So yeah, Sherry, post where your store is, post your phone number, post all the information that you have. So yeah, post, let everybody know. But save me some stuff. Don't sell it all before I get back, because I'll be very upset. Anyway, back to the story of Miss Fluorite. Fluorite, it's a glorious, glorious stone. It's got many colours, all sorts of different colours. Some of them are quite rare. There's a form of fluorite from here that is unique to Britain called Blue John. I've mentioned it before. But fluorite comes from all over the world. And this one contains many of the different colours, blues, greens, purples, and so on. So, but in general, fluorite is highly protective. Highly, highly protective, especially on a psychic level. So any kind of psychic difficulties which can happen, there can be people, they call them psychic vampires, drawing off your energy. There's always dark and light in everywhere, so but if you want some really powerful psychic protection, this is one to carry. And it can draw off if if you're feeling that, if you haven't been carrying it with you and you feel that negative energy drawing on you, then using this will in turn draw off that negative energy, a negative energy of any kind. So really, really good one to keep hold of, have just around you, in your pocket, around your neck, around your wrist, doesn't matter. It's a fabulous one. But more than that, more than just the protective elements, it can help heighten intuition. It's great with helping you learn and study, regardless. So if you've got kids in school, let them take a piece of fluorite with them. Helps stabilize your own emotional state. You can work with it to help other people balance their emotional state. It's healing on. It's just fantastic. It really is. It's just amazing. If you've got a specific color like green, that cleanses the aura and the chakras. Clear stimulates the crown, and can align all chakras at the same time. I mustn't forget that. Purple helps with meditation, stimulates the third eye. Blue helps you with thought and especially communication, working with the throat chakra. So I'm going to just drop her down. And I didn't take a photo of this because I forgot. But this is one I got from a rock and gem show on the 23rd of September, so not that long ago. And this is my blue piece of fluorite, which is almost as big as my head. So I'm holding this in my lap. You can't see the color in particularly well, but it is a fabulous blue. So anyway, I've got it. You haven't. Nah, 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 nah. Anyway, anyway, that's me gloating and showing off. And I'm not sorry. I have no guilt about it whatsoever. So anyway, back to the pictures. I want to bring this one in. One that not many of us think about. We all think of all the pretty ones. Can anybody guess what that is? Can you? Can you? Can you guess? Can you? Can you? Can you guess? Nobody's guessing. Either that or there's a delay. I don't know which. Okay, well, I'm just going to tell you then. That is lava. That is lava. And lava is... You'll find that it's used... Please hold it up again so we can connect with the energy. It's so fabulous. Okay, let me just drop that down for a moment. And I'll do this. Da! There we go. Thought and communication. I'm just trying to find a really good face on it. There you go. How's that? Thought and communication. She is amazing. She really is. This was one of the small pieces. This was small. I couldn't get the big one. Well, I could have, but my credit card would have been groaning under the weight. So anyway, there you go. How's that? So there you go. Anyway, right, she's heavy, so I'm putting her down now. So back to the lava, wherever I put it. There she is. Now these are only small, and a lot of people have started using lava, but particularly with oils, because they're porous, they soak up the oils, and you've got just a natural diffuser, oil diffuser, really good. But I would like to take it one step further, because I started thinking a while ago, thinking about lava, and actively trying to get some. I got some beads. I made some bracelets from it. Just lava. Again, all it says was dab your favorite essential oil on it, blah, 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 blah. But then it really occurred to me that lava has two big properties. First one being, because it's come up from deep within the earth, it has an incredibly powerful deep earth grounding connection. And I just can't really express the depth that it goes to, because it is deep, 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 deep within the earth. So you connect to the mother with such a deep and profound level when meditating with it, when making that earth connection in meditation. This is just astonishing. But it also has, it's also filled with fire energy, because all that it's all the rock and mineral that's deep within the earth. It's quite warm down there, so it's also full of fire energy. So you've got both earth and fire energy, equally powerful in this little black pitted rock. It's amazing. So I'm just going to leave it there and let everybody kind of just think about that for a while, and just think and see what you think about that, what I've just put forward there, and leave some comments on the page or wherever. So yeah, there you go. Lava. Have a think about it. Just don't forget, leave some for me. And there you go. That's the lava. Maybe I should tilt this a bit. I don't know. That'll do. Right. So what we got next? Have I missed any messages or comments? Robin was saying that there was a wonderful feeling when I held up the blue blue fluorite. Yeah, shows. Anyway, so yep, everybody's good. What's next? What shall I bring up next? I'm going to. What time is it? This one. This is another good one. Now, I piled these up to try and get the colour to show through properly. This is prasiolite, and prasiolite is a natural green quartz. There's other greens, but this one is a particular I'm just going to bring this up to what Jane just said about not considering lava before. I think I'll go get some. I like that. Yeah, it is work with it. You'll see exactly what I mean. And that's right too, Neshi. I hadn't thought about that, the transformation from liquid and solid, and that the transformative aspects of it. Thank you for that. I'm going to work with that idea later, I think. Anyway, back to praseolite. So, praseolite, part of the quartz family, green. There's another one which I haven't got a picture of called Oro Verde quartz, and that's green as well. It's not a natural green because the green comes from radiation, gamma rays, like the Hulk. So it's slightly different. I have got a piece. It's not radioactive. I haven't worked with it very much. I saw it. It wanted to come home with me, so I brought it home. And it's just waiting for me until I'm ready to work with it. So anyway, and I'll get back to you on that one. So green praseolite. So again, when in meditation, this one's another higher / spiritual self connection when you're meditating. When you're working with the chakras, this one's a good one, working with the earth chakra. Again, another one drawing in creative, even nurturing energy. Yeah, so I'm sorry, I'm just here. Would anybody mind if I just paused for a moment? I'm going to leave the image up. Just give me 2 seconds. I'm sure I just heard Mum call, so I'll be back in 1 sec. Don't go anywhere. Just imagine that there's some, elevator music going on. I'll be back in 1 sec. Hello, I'm back. Everything's fine. Mother's good. She just dropped something. So everything's fine. Right, back to the praseolite. Hope you don't mind me doing that, but okay. You don't need to play the elevator anymore, Minnie. All is good. All is fine. So where was I? Praseolite. Meditation, blah blah blah. Earth chakra. What's next? I'm trying to get my head back straight. If you're working with the crown with it, that's bringing in. Hang on, let's just bring up what Sherry said. Heard of praseolite referred to as green amethyst. No, it's praseolite. It's not amethyst. I'm just thinking back. There is a green amethyst, but what's it called? What is it called? I'll get back to you when I've remembered. When I've remembered, I'll post it. But no, prasiolite is green quartz. There is a green amethyst, but I can't remember what it is. Okay, so yeah, high vibration, high frequencies when you're working with the crown chakra, it'll bring those in. You see, I'm using the hand actions. Yeah, everything stops when Mother comes first in all things, whether it be radio shows or whatever, it doesn't matter. Really good aspect of the prasiolite is when you work with it on the heart chakra. It helps you reconnect. It helps you see your own divine nature, but then it then helps you see the divine nature everywhere else, in all things, in all people. So it's awesome. It's really awesome stuff. Thank you, everybody. Yep. Yes. So thank you for that. Appreciated very much. So prasiolite. Right, I'm going to have to hurry up now because I've still got loads to get through. We may have to do another show like this next month. Fluorite. I'm going to do this one. I am going to do this one. I've got to do this one. This one is awesome. I was supremely lucky to get hold of this. You can't see the blue, but the dark section in the middle is blue. I promise you, it is blue. And that is indicolite. Now, indicolite is the technical term for blue tourmaline. And blue tourmaline, like all tourmaline, is very protective. But with this one, we work more specifically with the throat and the third eye. If you're having trouble with those chakras, this one will help you. It will just suppose it activates them quite powerfully. When you use it with third eye, it can help develop, or it will help you develop your own psychic awareness. If you've not been within this field very long, this is the one that is going to help develop that. But then it will also help promote your own psychic vision, and even having visions. So quite powerful psychic activation and protection, psychic protection as well. There's another good aspect of it when, again, within healing, I am just making all sorts. Oops, where'd it go? I want to bring it back because I love it. It's there somewhere. There it is. And back to me too. There we go. Hello. I can't remember what I was saying. That was it. Healing. All stones and crystals could be used for healing. We know this. But so this one in healing, when you use it or within a healing session, this one is more for you, where it will help you. it will defend, it will protect you against any negative energies that are released from sticking to you, and because we don't want that. So, I mean, we should cleanse one way or another before and heal and after a healing session anyway. But this one's just gives you that extra layer of protection. So it's really, really good. I'm going to put it solo again because it's so awesome. It really is. And again, when working with yourself, the or anybody else, it can help remove blockages from emotion, blocked feelings. You know, it brings them out, it lets them unblocks, releases, and then the healing of those elements can commence. So that's what the blue part is. But this is indicolite included quartz. So you've got the blue tourmaline growing within the quartz crystal. So when you've got that, the power of it is increased by 10-fold, 20, 100-fold. This is a powerhouse. It is incredible. Now, I say I was very, very lucky, and I was, because this stuff is ridiculously expensive. Absolutely, it's crazy expensive stuff. But I was at the right place at the right time at this rock and crystal show where a guy that I deal with over here, as I said, I've got 2 or 3 people worldwide that I'll deal with. There's Sherry at Evolve in Glen Arbor in Michigan, and Dave and his wife Dawn over here in the UK. They don't have a store. They do online sales and shows basically. So the and he had some, and he again was at the right place at the right time with the right guy to buy it at a reasonable cost, a reasonable price. So if you can find any of this stuff, don't be surprised if it's horribly expensive. If you can find any of this stuff and it's not horribly expensive, buy it. You won't be sorry. So there's Sherry, so totally new to her. Jodie's saying thank you so much for all of this. Well, it's my pleasure. And I am going to run out of time. I haven't got. I think that's only half of what I had to talk about. It really is. There's plenty more. There's plenty more. So guess what? We're doing this next month. There you go. Problem solved. We're doing it next month as well. So there you go. And I'll throw some more in, just in case. Because, yeah, just in case. Amazing how it found its way to you. Yeah, it really is. Oh, yeah, next month I'll tell you another story about how it made its way to me. Hey, that is okay if you want to go over a bit on the time. Okay, well, okay, people, the choice is yours. Either I go over time or we save some for next month, make a comment, and then we'll pick. Unless I hear Mother shout again, in which case, you know, I'll be dashing in there again. So, what's Sherry said? Thank you so much. Yeah. So, what I'm going to do is you need 2 shows per month, one for crystals, the other for general discussion. Well, we'll have to wait and see about that, won't we, Jane? but you are giving me an idea, and it'll be your fault. I'm just saying. Right, what am I going to do next? I want to just promote me, just briefly. Me and Tracy. Me and Tracy, we did a book. Introduction to Stones and Crystal, working with crystals, blah, blah, blah. Yes, our book, Sherry. And Sherry, do you have any copies left? Because Sherry's got a few copies, or she did have, unless they all got sold. Anyway, they're signed. So it's basic. It's just a really basic introduction to working with stones and crystals. Now, there are lots of books out there on working with stones and crystals. Many of them say much of the same thing, and I've said some of the same thing, but there are certain elements where I disagree, as does Tracy, that the way that sometimes stones and crystals are worked with isn't right. And so we decided that we would do our own. And it's not a thick tome. This is just your very, very basicness. But it does, for me and for Tracy, bring in a couple of ideas that I hope people will take up, and I'm hoping that will change the way people begin to think about the way they work with them. So that's why we did it. So it's there. I'll post where it can be found. It's on Lulu, and I'll post a link to it. And then it's there. I was quite pleased with it. All those stones on all those crystals on the front came from Sherry's store. Yeah, I love Sherry's store. We love Sherry. Can you? Yes, Jane, I can. Yes, I can. There you go. It'll be done. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba. Oh. Hang on. I've got to do this one. I've got to do this too. This is a new CD by Druid friends that both Jane and I know. It's their first album. Mine arrived last week and it's fabulous. I just got excited about it. I just had to share it with everybody. It's wonderful. It's all it's a glorious album. It's Celtic based, it's druidry, it's music, and it's wonderful, and I love them, and they love their music. So again, what I'll do is I will post details on how to contact both Stephen and Marita, and then they will, all you have to do is email them and they'll tell you what to do. So that's that. So there we go. I had to drop those in just in case we just, end it, or if we carry on. So what's everybody's opinion? Do we save some for next month? Or do we carry on for a bit longer? while I keep my ear open for Mum because she might shout. She knows I'm normally off by 3, or whatever time it is where you are. You know what I'm saying. I'll do one more. I'll do one more. I'll save that one because I still can't pronounce it properly. Yeah. Um, there's so many. I've got lots here still to do. I've got others that I haven't talked about previously on other shows that we can go with. That I have just haven't. Oh, hang on. How about telling the story of how the one? Oh, that one. All right. I'm going to tell you this then. Right. I've still got that picture up. Where am I? That one can go down. And I'm going to tell you the story of this. I'm sure you already can tell what it is. This is a piece of Preseli blue. But unlike most of them, all the ones you generally see around and about are polished. They're either smooth stones, tumble stones, shapes, pyramids, obelisks, etc., etc. And I'd been wanting a piece of rough for a longish time, and that one's pretty sizable. As you can see by the books in the background. So there's only one person that I will buy Preseli blue off, and that's Dave. Dave and Dawn, who I mentioned earlier. So I'm going to bring my face back on. I'm sorry. So I knew this show was coming up, and Dave is always at the show. It's only about an hour and a half away from me, so it's not a big deal for me to go and get back. My niece was over anyway, so there was absolutely no issue. Everything was fine, and I was going to go, so I went. But the week before, the previous show, which was 6 months previously, I'd asked Dave about rough Preseli blue, and he says, "Yeah, I can get you some. Yeah, no problem. I get asked for it a lot. Blah 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 blah. So excellent." He says, "I'll bring some next time." Excellent, says I. So the weekend before the show, I emailed and said, "We not to forget, we had this conversation, and don't forget to bring me some rough Preseli blue if you've got any." So Dawn, his wife, she emailed me back a day or two later and said that was perfect timing. Dave's in Wales now because, as we know, well as I know, as possibly some of you know now, that Preseli bluestone occurs in one spot in the whole world, and that's the Preseli Mountains in Wales. So she says, "Yeah, Dave's in Wales now. I'll phone him and make sure he's got some on the van for the weekend." So she does. So I'm all excited, and off I toddle onto the show. Now I can only go on the Sunday. It's a 2-day show, and I can only go on Sunday because of work on Saturday. So I'm all excited. I'm trundling over, and I get there, and I go to one stall. Ultimately, I went to 2, but basically, I spent all my money that I'd saved up on Dave's place. That's where the blue fluorite came from as well, by the way. And he looked at me and says, "Hello, nice to see you again, blah, blah, blah. It's good to see you. I brought you some rough Preseli blue." So there's a box on the end of his table with it, not a massive amount. He brought enough, but not too much. So I said, right, well, I want that bit and that bit and that bit. And, you know, I would have had it all, but, you know, there are other things that I wanted. So I picked out my pieces and he put them behind the counter. And while I made my pile, anyway, so then another guy comes over who'd come over, who was visiting from New Zealand. And Dave turns to me and he said, he was here yesterday asking about the Preseli Blue. And Dave told him that he couldn't have any until late Sunday because he wanted me to pick first whatever I wanted out of the box to for that. So how awesome is that he would do that? And the piece, or rather the pieces that I got, had only come out of the ground a few days before. Now, I have to just mention again that the Preseli Mountains themselves are protected. It's a national park. So it's all protected. You're not allowed to take anything from the area. So all the Preseli Blue that is available is what was carried from the mountains during the last ice age through glacial movement, glacial action, which is now on private land around South Wales. So yeah, so how's that for awesome? It had only been out of the ground 3 or 4 days, and nobody was allowed to buy any until I'd picked out what I wanted. So there you go. That is the story of how that one came to come and live with me. So there's another big shot. Personally, I think that's amazingly awesome. And there you go. So what do you think about that, people? So yeah, so how about this? I'll give you one more look at this. There you go. Enjoy. There is, I'm trying to get a good shot there. I think you can pretty see the blue quite well in that. Yeah, there you go. And yeah, I'm hiding behind it. So there you go. So it's heavy. So there is today's show. So we have gone over time. So yeah, yes, I love that story. It's a great story. It makes you feel really good about, you know. I mean, I do go to Dave quite. Well, he's the only guy over here that I really buy anything off. There is one other, but I don't see him particularly often either. So yeah, so we'll leave it there for today, I think. So I will post all the information about where things are available from on the page, and I shall save everything that I haven't spoken about for next month. And because there'll probably be other things next month that I can tell you about, because, well, you know what I'm like. I can't help it. I need all the stones and crystals to come and live with me because it makes me happy. So I'll say thank you. Thank you, Neshi. Thank you, Robin. And thank you, Jane. And thank you, Sherry. and Jody and Minnie and everybody who joined me if I haven't mentioned your name. So, for now, I shall sign off and I will see you next month. I'm already looking around the room and I can see things that I haven't told you about, well, ever. So we'll get on with those next month. I'll get taking some photos. So I'll see you next month, second Tuesday, usual time, and have a great and glorious day. And oh, I nearly forgot to tell you, Samhain's coming up. So that's exciting. Maybe I'll tell you about it next month, but it would have gone past. Anyway, I'll figure that bit out. So, until next month, I shall bid you adieu. Have a great and glorious day. May the goddess bless you all, and always while you walk your path. So, bye for now, everybody. See you again soon.